doing differently this camp to create so many turnovers?
I think everyone's just getting to the football. I mean, everyone's making it just a main point to get to the football every single play. And then I think when you hustle to the football, you kind of get a lot of those loose balls, a lot of those tip balls, and everyone's always punching at the football. I know the offense has kind of made it like one of their primary goals to hold on to the football, but we're always punching at it, trying to get it out, and to generate turnovers.
Anybody leading, having more, forced more turnovers than anybody else during camp that you can?
Josh Proctor, I think that he has about like 8 interceptions. He's really rangy. I think he's really talented. And I'm excited to see him translate that to the game field.
How have you tried to get better while you've been here? How have you improved each year?
I think my freshman year, the goal was to improve physically, and then my sophomore year, I wanted to improve from a technical aspect.
Yeah.
And now going into my third year, Coach Hafley's really helped me improve from a mental aspect in the game of football.
You mentioned Josh. Last year, there was a lot of talk about him, and then coming into this year. What makes him so talented? How is he so talented?
He just has a knack for finding the football, whether it's through punching it out or making plays on the ball with his range. I think he's I don't know, the way he generates turnovers is kind of like an Ed Reed kind of impact.
Oh, really?
Yeah, definitely.
That's quite a number out there.
It is, but that's the way he's been performing this camp.
Is his situation he's behind Jordan and Isaiah? Isaiah and him are maybe battling it out for that number 2 spot?
I'm not exactly sure. I think Coach Hafley's trying to find a way to get the best players on the field. So, I mean, I know that with our defense being so versatile, it'll be opportunities for different guys to get on the field. Just utilize everyone's skill set, because I know guys have a lot of different skill sets.
What about the guys behind you? Seven Banks, Cameron Brown, Tyreek Johnson. Are they stepping into a situation where they could be seeing the field this year behind you guys more than they did last year?
I think what Coach Hafley's kind of like emphasized is if you're ready to play, he's going to put you on the field. I mean, he doesn't have a preference whether 2 corners play or 4 corners play. He just wants the best guys on the field because he knows in the long run keeps everyone fresh. That's kind of been the philosophy at Ohio State, not just with the defense, but you've even seen the receivers rotate. I think just if you're able to play multiple guys at a position, it just keeps everyone fresh in the long run.
Who stepped up there among those younger guys?
I think Marcus Williamson has had a great camp. Cam Brown has had a great camp, and Seven Banks has also had a really great camp.
How have you seen your role change? I mean, with that group, obviously you got a lot of, not necessarily young guys, but inexperienced guys, and for yourself coming into this junior year, now you're sort of a leader. How have you grown in that capacity in the last 8 months?
I think what I really want to do, kind of how Denzel did, was lead by example. So I didn't want to be one of those guys that is leading, saying things, but then when you cut on the tape, it doesn't really show. So I would just try to make sure that every rep that I take is intentional, and that I put everything that I have to offer on film. So when guys cut on the tape after practice, if they're trying to just watch how to perform a certain technique, they can just cut on my film, and then they're able to kind of learn and grab a nugget from that.
You guys have I don't want to call it a chip on your shoulder this year, but last year obviously wasn't the standard of what.
No, it's definitely a chip on the shoulder.
How does that translate to what happens on Saturday in 2 weeks?
I think it's just I think Saturday is the first chance that we have to show that GIA is just, like you said, we're out looking for redemption. So Saturday's the first day to put it on tape. I mean, we've known how we performed on the practice field, but if you can't translate it to the game field, it really has no effect, or it doesn't mean anything. So our goal is to put what we've seen out there for y'all on Saturday.
This is your third year here. How would you compare your feelings for this defense and its potential for your first 2 years?
I think it just really gives them the best chance to make a lot of plays. I'm able to play off man, press man, bail, and mix it up so we don't look like a predictable defense or just always showing the same look. So with me being able to play multiple techniques, it's made it really hard for the receivers to kind of predict what I'm doing pre-snap, and it's just been more fun.
Jeff, you came in with Sean played.
Yeah.
What's he good at? Like when Jeff Hafley wants to put him in the best position, where's he put him?
Sean's really an interesting player because he's so versatile as far as he's shown that he's going to play plays at cornerback. He's shown he can play as a nickel, and he's shown that he can play safety. I think right now Coach Hafley likes having him at nickel because it kind of is the best of both worlds as far as playing safety, playing corner, and he's just so comfortable moving around as opposed to me, who I haven't really had a chance to play nickel as much as Sean or Rico, who's played nickel. He only played too much nickel last year, so I think Sean's been the most comfortable and most, I would say, willing to go out there and play that position.
How often does he bounce back? Like, does he line up in nickel and then bounce to safety? How, like, does he line up in safety? How, like, what's his position?
I think Sean's just a really smart player, so he's able to. He doesn't get as much reps at corner, as far as in practice or maybe in 7-on-7, something like that. But if you put him out there at corner during the team setting, ones-on-ones, he's able to still hold his own, which is pretty impressive for someone who, like I said, doesn't get as many reps as maybe I do at corner.
How often do you talk to Coach Hafley about your goals this year?
I think Coach Hafley just holds me to a high standard. We don't really talk about individual goals for me, but the standard that he holds me to. I mean, he's been in the NFL. He knows what it looks like to be an NFL corner, especially a highly, I guess, first round corner. So he holds me to that standard, and we don't really talk about individual goals, but he just lets me know that if I perform within his system and do what he tells me to do, then I have a chance to be a great player, and that's all I need is a chance.
When you were getting recruited, how much did playing press man play into your decision? Like playing in a defense like that, where you've seen guys come in this system and go to the NFL.
I think from like a younger standpoint, I kind of want to play press man, just not understanding like football as much. But then when you like just play so much press man, you kind of really don't realize like the toll it puts on your body on the course of a 14-game season, like just running back and forth and just always being fatigued. So when you're able to mix up the coverages, playing some zone, it's a relief on your legs, and you're able to, I guess, analyze the game more and sit back, look at the quarterback, read what he wants to do. So I think implementing more zone into our defense has really helped us generate those turnovers.
Is that something that you would have said last year, or is that something that maybe Jeff Hafley showed you or taught you or wanted you to buy into?
Yeah, I think when he first got here, I didn't know we were going to play like cover 3 like that, so I wasn't used to playing so much zone. So it was kind of difficult at first to, okay, we're going to play more zone than we have in the past. But like once we've seen like the results that come from that, it just like it's kind of hard to go back to let's play press man 9 out of 10 snaps.
What were the examples that he showed you in the spring that made you guys buy into that system?
He cut on a lot of Richard Sherman tape. He showed us, defenses that have that same system as far as like the Falcons, Seahawks, 49ers. They all run that same system, and they were able to generate turnovers. And I think you guys all know the Falcons, Seahawks, and maybe not the 49ers, but like those defenses to be really good defenses. So if we're able to kind of recreate that at Ohio State, I think that we'd be considered a really good defense.
Which of these receivers is most responsible for making you better? If you want to admit that.
I think like with our receivers, they're so talented that you can kind of get. It kind of depends what I'm looking for. I mean, Benjamin Victor runs really great routes. He's really detailed in his route running. Chris Olave is really fast, and Garrett Wilson, he has some of the best ball skills I've ever seen. So, it kind of depends. I know if any of those guys step up, I'm going to be able to work fine to one of my skills, and it's going to be iron sharpening iron.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, I'll take